Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today for a webinar with Europe Express. My name is Amy Shear and I am with MailPound. So at this time, I'm excited. I'm in New Jersey and today we have a beautiful day. Today it's like 60 degrees. However, tomorrow we're apparently going to get some snow dumped on us. And today we're going to be talking about summer travel. So I'm ready to get in the mood for summer. So I'm going to bring on Garrett Landry. He is the inside sales specialist at Europe Express, and he's going to tell us about all the unique destinations and offerings that Europe Express has for your clients this summer. Welcome, Garrett.
Well, thank you, Amy, and I'm happy to be here today. Good afternoon and good morning. I'm actually joining you from my hotel room in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm on the road for our road shows, which we'll talk about in a little bit later. You mentioned snow, and we actually had a big snowstorm on Monday this past week in Seattle, and I flew out Tuesday morning and headed straight for Florida to get closer to summer. So this topic couldn't be more fitting for the mood I'm in. So we'll get started. So thanks again for joining me. I'm going to be relatively brief today. We'll make this efficient, as I know you are all busy, so we'll get you more time back in your day to work on your clients' bookings, especially those Europe bookings. So my name is Garrett. I'm an inside sales specialist, like Amy said, here at Europe Express. I've been a part of this Europe Express family for about 2.5 years now. A little bit about my background. I graduated from the University of Washington, Foster School of Business with a degree in business marketing and sales. After graduating, I found myself kind of testing a bunch of different career options, including retail management, before I found myself in travel. Now that I'm in travel, I am addicted to it, and I'm so glad I found Europe Express. This is a wonderful company to work for, and it's a wonderful company to work with, as I hope many of you have experienced. So what do we do at Europe Express? So for over 26 years, we've exclusively worked only with travel advisors to create completely customizable European itineraries for both groups and FIT. So from Iceland to Western Turkey, from Portugal to Scandinavia, these are the 22 countries that 82% of Americans choose for a leisure vacation to Europe. Our team is comprised of knowledgeable, passionate, and well-traveled reservation specialists. They've either lived, worked, studied, or sometimes all three in the countries throughout Europe. All of our groups are completely customizable and are quoted at net, and we move about 50,000 passengers each year to Europe. So FIT, for us it's simple. No two itineraries are ever the same for us. We're not going to force your clients into a box or have them take someone else's vacation. That's not how we do it. We offer a variety of services, which we'll get into, that can be booked individually, or like my grandma says, the whole kit and caboodle can be booked with us. For FIT, you have the ability to add an agent markup. It's fully commissionable. You can book online with our live inventory on our website 7 days a week, or you can call our call center. We have our great team in Barcelona, which is key for support while your clients are traveling, so you don't get that 2 a.m. wake-up call. And they are in that time zone as well to help your clients if something were to happen. On the group side, we offer unique, customized itineraries for groups of 10 or more adults traveling together. What's the key difference with group travel at Europe Express? Each trip is designed specifically for your group. No two travelers are exactly alike, so why should you take a one-size-fits-all approach to planning trips for your group? People want different travel experiences based on their individual tastes. Our team has experience creating trips for leisure, education, or an extended vacation with a pre-post cruise stay. We have the ability to do multi-city and multi-country and offer exceptional in-destination support as well from our Barcelona team. Groups can be quoted at net or commission. Just let us know, allowing you to be able to add markup because you know what that market can bear. You can also manage your group through our online payment portal at any time. So our services. So we offer air, hotel, sightseeing, transfers, rail, and car rental. Obviously, all these are bookable on the FIT side. For groups, car rental doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but all the rest of the components you can book with us for groups as well. So why should we Send your clients to Europe in the summer, besides the obvious facts. Well, let me tell you about 3 unique destinations to suggest for your clients to travel to this summer in Europe: Croatia, Spain, and Portugal. So Croatia. Travel and Leisure named Croatia the best global destination of 2016 with 8% growth in overnight stays this past year. There's no doubt Croatia will be a growing popular destination for 2017. While flights can be tricky, more airlines like Emirates are gravitating towards daily departures to and from Croatia. Croatia provides picturesque beaches along its Mediterranean coastline, but the real question is where to begin. Croatia provides picturesque beaches along its Mediterranean coastline, like I mentioned, but where should we start? Dubrovnik sits on the Dalmatian coast, and with its turquoise waters and medieval backdrop, Dubrovnik cannot be missed. Recommend a half-day exploring Old Town, which offers 17 churches, including the breathtaking Baroque Dubrovnik Cathedral. Its roots stretch back to the 7th century and holds over 130 treasured relics, with most being from goldsmiths from the 11th to the 17th centuries. Staying in the medieval city with its castle-like walls barricading it from the clear water below is truly a special treat for any traveler. Next, head up to Split for some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Take the 30-minute ferry to Brock Island to see Zlati Rat Beach, a peninsula beach made up of white pebbles. Once your clients are done getting their tan on, check out Diocletian's Palace, one of the most valuable surviving buildings of the Roman era. As a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Diocletian's Palace is also setting for the popular HBO's Game of Thrones. And if you're not a fan of Game of Thrones or Jon Snow, where there are a variety of cafes and shops to visit within Diocletian's walls. Next, stop by Plitvice Falls on your way to Zagreb. The national park offers stunning waterfalls and greenery to explore. With over 16 lakes and multiple rivers, it's the perfect stop for a nature walk on your way to Zagreb. Zagreb, the capital of Croatia, is a combination of history and architectural wonder. Wander through the Stone Gate to the medieval Gradec town. By Stone Gate is the shrine of Our Lady Virgin Mary. Legend has it that the painting was the only piece that survived a terrible fire at Stone Gate in 1731. Past the gate is Upper Town, which is home to several cafes, markets, and shopping. Have a quirky client? Recommend a visit to the Museum of Broken Relationships, a collection of stories and items from failed relationships. Quite the interesting experience, I would imagine. From Dubrovnik to Split to Plitvice Falls to Zagreb, it's about an 8-hour total drive. Obviously, we recommend breaking it up over a span of time. Okay, so how about an itinerary that is for those that are not a beach person, but want a unique summer European itinerary, or something off the beaten path? See the passionate people, soulful music, eclectic history, and outrageous landscapes that make up Spain. Visiting Spain, the city of Bilbao, is a must thanks to it being the capital of Basque country. Check out the contemporary cool architecture of the Guggenheim Museum, designed by Frank Gehry, as well as the compact Casco Viejo. Along the old quarter of Bilbao are Las Siete Calles, a 7-street network originating in the 1400s. This ancient university town is said to be the 3rd university of Europe, dating all the way back to 1134. Salamanca has Baroque, Renaissance, and Gothic-style buildings, making it comparable to Cambridge and Oxford universities of England. You'll have to check out the university facade, but also wander the Plaza Mayor, filled with lively restaurants, cinemas, museums, and historical churches. With it being summertime, the town will be peaceful with students back at home. A trip to Spain would be a miss without a journey through Sevilla. Explore the Andalusian metropolis that was mythically founded by Hercules 3 centuries ago. Must-see sites in Sevilla include Alcazar, Cathedral, and Giralda, and the Parque de Mara Lucia. Fit in a cultural feast for the senses with a show at the Museo del Baile Flamenco for some authentic flamenco dancing. Total travel time, Bilbao to Salamanca to Sevilla is about an 8-hour total drive as well. Gold-kissed beaches, cobblestone alleyways, medieval castles, and cities built on ancient history capture the essence of Portugal. However, to fully appreciate the wonders of this European destination, you must experience it in the summer. And what's exciting for me personally is I'm planning a trip this coming April to Portugal, so I really made sure that we focused a lot on this great country. I may be a little biased. Start with Lisbon, the Gothic city situated on 7 hillsides. White dome cathedrals overlook ancient ruins in the scenic city. Be sure to visit the Mosteiro dos Jerónimos, a UNESCO monastery from the 1500s. After wandering, relax at one of the several secluded beaches lining Lisbon's coastlines. Praia do Carcavelos is one of the most popular beaches. An hour's drive will steer you to Fatima, Portugal. Whether you are a devout Catholic or barely religious, you have to experience the magnetic effect of this pilgrimage locale. Glow-in-the-dark virgins, hundreds of retail shops, and 2 massive basilicas provide quite the experience, religious or otherwise, when in Fatima. With 2 hours north, you'll find Porto, where you are engulfed with architecture through the ages as you breathe in the coast air of the seductive city. Stay in the riverside district of medieval Ribeira, where cobblestone streets weave around Baroque-infused merchant houses and cafes. Grab a bottle, or 2, or 3, of the local wine that is world famous thanks to the port wine production in Porto. And of course, don't forget to find yourself immersed in the white sand beaches on Porto's coastline. Lisbon to Fatima to Porto, only about a 3-hour total drive. So, we have plenty of resources at Europe Express. First, I'm going to talk about our great sales team. So we have webinars like this one where we do short explanations or longer explanations of different topics, or visit us at one of our upcoming roadshows. Like I said, I'm on the road right now in Raleigh, North Carolina. We'll be having a show tonight. We have one in Charlotte tomorrow night. We have shows upcoming in St. Louis, Detroit, we did West Palm Beach last night, Orange County coming up. We have a variety of locations. Make sure to check those out if you're not already planning on coming. Subscribe to one of our newsletters. So you can find the newsletter sign up on our homepage, and that's where you'll find out, like webinars, like this one, upcoming events, as well as spam notifications. On europeexpress.com, you can find many resources in our resource center. We have the great e-brochure, which offers a variety of suggested itineraries for both FIT and groups. The itineraries are also downloadable and shareable for your clients. Pictured in the bottom right here, you'll see our Dublin City Flyer. This is our newest city sightseeing flyer, and it's for Dublin. Please feel free to download and print this for your clients to see our most popular tours and an idea of how long each tour is, pricing, and accessibility. We have these for major cities all throughout Europe. We're adding more constantly, so take a look at those. It's a great conversation starter for you and your clients when they've chosen their destination, maybe not even chosen their destination, to have that conversation of what they want to see and do. And before I move on, I always like to talk about our city guides. If you need further assistance with cities, please check out our city guides for Europe located on our website in the Resource Center. They have restaurant recommendations, history, additional things to do and see. It's all listed there. It's shareable on a smartphone. You can PDF it. It helps your clients arrive in destination, not as a tourist, but as a foreign local. They're not going into the restaurants that are tourist traps. They're really going and immersing themselves in that culture and really tasting what the locals taste every day. Whenever I go on a trip, I always make sure I take a copy ahead of time. So we've talked about a lot of great products today with Croatia, Spain, and Portugal. So how do we get booking? So there's 3 easy ways of booking. I always start, simply go online and fill out one of our FIT or group's custom quote request forms. You'll hear from one of our travel specialists within 48 hours. Just type in what city they're departing from, what city they want to visit, length of stay, pricing, anything that you know that's unique about your client, and so on. I highly recommend this time of year. We know that you are busy. We know that we're busy. We're doing what we can out there every day. But this is a great way to get that conversation started and that quote rolling along in the process. As soon as you get that request from your client, go online, fill out this quote request form, and then that way we'll have a quote ready to go, and then the conversation can continue with one of our reservation specialists. You can call us. Our FIT travel specialists are knowledgeable, well-traveled, and best of all, they are available 7 days a week. While groups is only available Monday through Friday, FIT is there on the weekends. Finally, our best-in-class website is a great tool for booking. It's available 24/7. It also has the variety of resources like we talked about, the city guides, suggested itineraries, archived newsletters, the flyers, as well as some tutorials on there if you're not as familiar with our website. You can find those in the Resource Center. Just like clients want to know that there's a real person, we want you to know that we have a real person to represent you as well. We have our sales managers pictured here. This is the team. You have Amy in the West Coast. She covers from Washington down to California, over to New Mexico, up to North Dakota. You have Meredith, Minneapolis, and Minnesota, all the way down to Texas, over to Alabama, up to Ohio. And then you have Michaela. Anything that touches the Atlantic Ocean from Maine down to Florida, that's her territory. Pictured you'll also see Kier. He's our Vice President of Sales and National Accounts. And then my picture of myself down there in the bottom right corner as the inside sales specialist. This team and their territories is based on where you live, not where your agency is based. That's a key component for our sales teams. They're your primary contact for any of your questions you may have. Please reach out to them if you have any questions. They deliver training online, in person, conduct regular webinars to educate you on our products and services. They can help you build the confidence to discuss and book European destinations for your clients. They are your go-to resource for whatever you need. Here's our contact information for both our FIT and our groups department. Those are our hours. We highly recommend checking these out on the website as well. For those on the East Coast, there is some great ability here since we open at 6 a.m. Pacific time. When you call at 9, not many agents are booking on the West Coast, so definitely take advantage of that. And on the West Coast, you can book all the way up to 6 p.m. So that's a great resource for you when the East Coast agents aren't booking as late into the night. So take a look at those hours, take a look at the website, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, LinkedIn, at Europe Express on YouTube. You can find us all over. So if there's any questions, I'd love to field them and get that going, Amy.
Okay, thank you so much, Garrett. We do have some questions, so let's see here. Groups. How many people make up a group?
Yeah, so groups are considered, a group to us is 10 or more adults traveling together.
Okay. Another question was, does it have to be adults?
The adults is the key difference. The groups team can work specifically with you when it gets to that gray area between 10 and 15 people, including children. But that 10 is kind of a good threshold that we talk about for that group. Anything specific, I'd love to follow back up with that person or reach out to our groups team. And if they have an 11-person group, sometimes that actually might be a better fit for FIT. But when you call the groups team, they know how to filter it properly.
Okay. Where can we find out more information about the ferry system for Croatia?
Yeah, so our reservation specialist will be able to answer any questions you have about the ferry system in Croatia. We have a great website that we use in-house. I don't have that with me off the top of my head, but I'd be happy to send that information to this person on that piece.
Okay. Can you by chance go back to the slide with your sales, with all the sales reps on it, so everyone has their information? There we go. There's the information if you're looking for your sales rep. Now, how about agents in Canada?
Yeah, so we do work with agents in Canada as well. That's obviously not pictured here. The lines theoretically go straight up, but if for that specific agent, I'd be happy to clarify specifically which sales manager they have. But like I said, it basically just goes straight up from there, breaking up the different territories in Canada.
Okay. Do you have escorted tours for northern Italy, including Cinque Terre? I hope I said that well enough
so
that you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's funny. Cinque Terre is super popular right now. It has always been really popular, but we've seen a big increase in it recently. We're constantly adding products in Cinque Terre. I know we've added a lot of new hotels. We've added some different sightseeing options for clients who are based in Cinque Terre and want to go explore elsewhere outside of Cinque Terre and then who are coming back. So we have a wide variety of tours that have guides with them. Then we have hotels, sightseeing. We have all of our services based in Cinque Terre as well.
Okay. Curious if Europe Express's itineraries are part of the Access program for auto input.
I'm not familiar with what that agent is asking. I can certainly find out that since I'm not familiar with it, I'm going to say unlikely, but I can follow back up with that agent on that question.
Okay. I believe that I got all the questions. If there's any that I missed, I will have Garrett or someone else from Europe Express, your sales manager, will follow up with you offline. I know that someone asked about, someone had submitted a question late about sales managers' contact information. Hopefully you can see all that now. So I want to thank you so much, Garrett. I know you're on the road, so thanks for taking time out of your roadshow to come and present for us today.
Fantastic. It was not a problem. I love to do these webinars, and we're hoping to do many more. And MailPound, you've been such a fantastic partner for us. So thank you, everyone, so much for attending and your great questions. I hope to meet some of you in person over the next couple of days if you happen to be in North Carolina or at a future roadshow. And we'd love to work with you. And I'm glad we were able to keep it quick and efficient today so you can get back to your busy, busy bookings.
Thank you so much, Garrett. And thank you, agents. And as always, you can go to MailPound's Facebook page to find out who is today's MailPound winner. So thank you, everyone. Garrett, have a great show.
Thank you so much. Thanks again, Amy, and have a great day, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.